All right, so I am joined here by Sammy Snedden, and of course her coach Solik Dali as well. Welcome the two of you to the channel, and preparations for the fights. How have they gone?
Yeah, that's okay. So, hi, thanks, Adam, for having us. It was nice having a chat with you. And I think because it's Sammy's first camp, I'm going to let her answer that question.
I feel extremely prepared for this fight. It's been a different type of camp. I've never been to a camp quite like this one before. Different energy levels, different motivation. So it's different types of training that I've been through. So I feel like I'm exposed to any scenario, in any situation. So I feel very ready.
That's great. And obviously your professional debut, and we've been long anticipating this day to come, and it's finally arrived. The opponent that you have, Bernice, I mean, do you have an opinion on her so early before you guys have even met?
I actually haven't looked at her much, if I'm being honest. I did check out her interview actually during one of my classes. The lady's like, we must watch it. So I watched it with all the girls in the session while they're doing squats, they're listening. And I must be honest, it was actually so nice to watch her interview. She was very humble. She was very nice. She did obviously hype herself up, but it was so refreshing to watch an interview where a person wasn't trying to badmouth a person to make them look good. It doesn't take away from your career if someone else is good. So it's actually really nice for me to sit and experience that. I'm looking forward to fighting her just from a professional level of how she portrays herself.
And I was saying to your coach earlier in the day, I said, like, look, the winner between this fight, there's obviously going to be a lot of hype around because of, the extent of limited amounts of female boxers there are in the country. So there is a little bit of pressure on you in the sense that, you'll have eyeballs on you almost straight away at the beginning of your career.
No, I think that's great though. I mean, the more eyes, the better, the more exposure, the faster we can climb the ladder. Obviously with all in my coaches, knowledge, he knows when it's best for me to climb, when it's best to wait and grind a little bit more. But I think it's fantastic that we can climb so quickly and that we can get our names out there. I'm looking forward to having all the eyes on me. I'm not gonna lie, it's really time. So heads can turn, we're ready.
And Coach Solik as well from SN Boxing. How's the training camp gone for you? I mean, you would have seen a couple of the other athletes in the gym preparing. Is Sammy up there with some of the better ones that you've trained?
I actually told Sam earlier today that I'm quite proud of her, not just as a female boxer, but she's putting in a lot of the work. I'm in camp currently with 5 boxers and 6 camps. Sam will be fighting next month again. Like I was saying, I think, long story short, I think Sammy can definitely compete with the boys. She gives them a run for their money. She works hard. We have strength and conditioning every Friday, and we do progressively load the sessions so that each week gets tougher and they get stronger. And 100%, Sam is not just the hype man, but she keeps everybody on their toes.
And I don't know if you noticed, Sammy, I asked Bernice the same question I asked you about describe your fighting style. By the way she described herself, I mean, what are you expecting to come?
I think this is just generalizing. Please don't hold me to it. But I think women really love the action. We all want to just thorn at each other and get it over with. So I'm expecting that kind of a fight. Obviously, you want to try and stay calm. You want to try and pick your punches. You don't just want to get into a brawl. I mean, anyone can brawl, but does everyone have the skill? So obviously display the skill. And I think that's about it. Pick the punches. Don't want to give too much of the game away.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, but I mean, from your side, I mean, the way you described yourself as was pretty explosive. Just pretty much the way you just put a description out there. But in saying that, I mean, do you go out there and do you look for a knockout? Do you settle for points or just take it as it comes? Like, what is the goal for you in this fight?
So my fiance always has this saying, Emil Brits, is that you mustn't look for the knockout, because if you look for the knockout, you're not going to get it. I got the same advice from Jackie Bryce this morning. So in all honesty, I know I'm a power puncher. I know I can get it if I want it. I think it's also, once again, coming down to displaying the skill. I want to show people that I'm not just a brawler, I'm not just a power puncher. I have so much more that I've worked on. I haven't just worked on power. I worked on head movement, jabs, straights, hooks, uppercuts, overhands, anything you can think of, I've worked on it. So I want to show people everything I've worked on, not just the old Sam.
And Sam, I know the last time we spoke, when I did come down to Cape Town, you said, you'd look forward to even fighting in Johannesburg. But are you surprised that your first fight is actually taking place in the Western Cape?
Look, with the amount of work my coach does, I think I'm surprised that I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? He's tried to get me fighting Predarsdorp, and I don't know if you know where Predarsdorp is, but he's
No. And in terms of your crowd that you'll be bringing out, are you anticipating a lot of support from your home crowd?
I'm bringing the whole of Cape Town. The whole ringside is mine. I've got about 40 people coming just to support me, and that's just people I've spoken from my facility. That's not even SN, that's not even family, so I'm quite excited. I know my coach, I said he must get his lozenges ready because his throat's going to be sore after my fights.
And obviously, Salih, there's something that, when a boxer gets in the ring for the first time, there's a lot of extreme nerves. I mean, are you ready to, calm Sammy down when she gets in there? Because no doubt she's going to be all action.
No, 100%. Again, it's something we spoke about earlier. I think she's got it down. It's something she's looking forward to. It's not something she's nervous about. I'm also very used to it. On my Instagram, and a lot of my boxers know, even in sparring, the first thing I ask them is how they're feeling. Take a deep breath, relax, make yourself aware of your surroundings. All of that makes a difference. Just literally take a look around. And specifically with Sammy, I don't think it's something I'm too bothered about. I think maybe in the fight, letting her, perhaps getting carried away in the moment, and maybe just, bringing her out of that moment and bringing her back to the ring might be something we'd have to do. But, walking up to the ring, naturally there's nerves, right? Especially in your first fight. But I think it's more excitement than nerves. So I'm not too concerned about that, but we'd be silly to neglect it altogether.
All right, I'm going to ask you the question that I asked Sammy as well about how do you anticipate the performance going? I know that Sammy was very reserved with the answer, saying, we're going to take it as it comes. But as a coach, you're the one on the outside. I mean, how do you see this playing out?
I've seen Sammy spar against some tough guys at the gym, some good prospects, some seasoned guys as well. She can hold her own. She's also sparred against her fiance, Emil Brits, and I think she's going to do very well. I think she's going to be a bit more technical with her boxing, which I'm quite happy about, and she's going to pick her punches quite wisely. I do think Sammy. We don't have too much information on Bernice. I do see this. There is a 50-50 possibility of a stoppage, but I think if it goes the distance, Sammy wins. And
on the lighter side, Sammy, does Emil take it lightly on you when you're inspiring, or how's the dynamics?
I wish that would be so nice. Solly asked you the same question, and by the end of our sparring, my nose was like pink with black eyes. His eye was blue, so I was like, at least his eye is blue, so I feel good. So it's like a fair fight, a nose and eyes for one eye. Fabulous.
Yeah, well, at least you got quality sparring there. And at the end of the day, if he's not going to hold back, and you're going to get your quality in terms of rounds.
He bought me dinner afterwards, so it's okay.
Okay, no, that makes up for it completely. So spar hard, eat a good dinner, and then get the win on the fight night. That's the aim.
That's the one.
All right, Sammy, I'm going to let you send Bernice a message before you step in the ring with her. What would that be?
I think she said it best. Bring it. This is my hometown. I'm comfortable. I'm ready. So she's the one bringing it to me. My work's done. I'm laying in my bed the night before the fight. I'm eating my juicy steak and sweet potatoes. Easy work.
All right. I love the message right there. And obviously, it's going to be a very competitive fight. When she said bring it on, you said bring it on. I'm expecting some fireworks, explosive boxing. Anyone, lastly, that you want to thank?
Me or Sally, because we both got people to thank.
Whoever has the shorter list, preferably. No, I'm joking.
Sorry?
I said whoever has the shorter list, preferably.
No, me. We're going to go with me then. Thank you to my coach for believing in me so much. I've had people say they believe in me over the years, and to have someone to really put the work in, I think he believes more in me more than my own partner, and he believes in me to the world and back. So I can't express enough gratitude to him, as well as Steve and Jenny for being there. Jenny pulling up my sweaty hair and all those types of things. And then of course, all my sparring partners and my fiance, and of course, his amazing wife, because without her, he wouldn't be able to be doing 3:15 in the afternoon interview. And then, of course, God. Without God, I wouldn't have this miracle and this blessing. So that's it from me. Thank you to you for having this interview with me.
100%. Thank you so much, Sammy. Salek, did you want to say something just to end that as well?
Yeah, no, I think Sam said a lot, and ultimately it's about her and her fight. Thank you to you guys, SA Boxing Talk, for having us, and also giving us the opportunity to get our names out there. So, and I think that's quite important in South Africa specifically. There aren't many platforms, so I think you're doing a lot more than what you realize. So thanks a lot, Ed.
Thank you very much for joining us, and all the best on fight night. It's happening in 2 nights' time, so we can't wait for the action. Wow. It's one of my personal favorite fights, and I can't wait for the debut to happen. And obviously, yeah. Thank you so much, guys.